Joining me now is Senior Advisor for the U.S. Agency for Global Media, our friend Kari Lake. Kari, good to see you tonight.
Good to see you. Oh, man, just watching that cavalcade of insanity. I can't believe it's like we're living on planet crazy right now.
It does. It feels like we are in the twilight zone of anti-American. So like I said, everyone's talking about Israel, Iran, rightfully so. But here at home, I feel like we're watching Democrat politicians add fuel or create kind of like a tiny little war within us here at home. And that's attacking law enforcement as they try and do our job. Your take on everything we're seeing?
You know, I support the men and women in law enforcement, whether they be local law enforcement, state, federal, border patrol, ICE agents. They have a very difficult job, and they have for a long time, but it's gotten only increasingly difficult as, you know, gasoline has been thrown on the flames and things have been politicized. They are there to do their job. And I heard one of those politicians saying he was upset that they were masked, they were covering their face. They're doing that to protect their identity, to protect themselves and their families, because they have a difficult job to do. I've never heard these same politicians gripe about Antifa, who are trying to kill people on the streets, covering their faces. They're okay with that.
Talk about, I have a theory they're doing this on purpose, the Democrat politicians that have been arrested. They're doing it on purpose to try and, you know, get the wheels turning on this, maybe a little bit more than it already has.
I don't know why they're doing it. I mean, I think they're standing up for their constituency. And we know that the Democrats have been relying on illegal aliens to vote, illegal aliens who've come in and they've put them on the voter rolls. Maybe they're not actually showing up to vote, but their name is on the voter roll. That's their constituency. And they haven't shown the same fervent desire to stand up for American citizens and our safety and security and our borders. They have been open borders. They've been pro-illegal immigration. And now when it comes time to send people who come here illegally back home and repatriate them to their country, they're standing up and throwing fits and fighting and throwing their bodies on the ground like, you know, like a soccer player who's feigning an injury after a foul. It's embarrassing, and I hope that they wake up and realize that this is anti-American behavior, and it's not good for our country.
I don't think they can, Kari. I think that this is where their party has gone. It's ingrained in them that, you know, it's pretty much anti-American at this point. You know, you think about who they're fighting for. It's illegal aliens here. I want to focus in on Freddie O'Connell again, the mayor from Nashville. Get more remarks from him today, talking about his doxing of federal agents here. I want to bring up a bite.
Do you believe that posting the names of federal immigration officers endangers them?
Well, this was really an issue where they were already part of a public record by being in Department of Emergency Communications calls, so I don't think it puts them at additional risk.
See, Kari, he doesn't think it puts him at any more additional risk. That's either a lie or he believes it. Which way do you think it goes?
Message to him, earth to dummy mayor. These guys are undercover. Many of them are working undercover, and it does put them at risk. And, you know, it's astounding that somebody who's the mayor doesn't have more care or more consideration for the men and women who put on the badge, who take the oath to protect us, that he's okay with doxing them. Yes, they are paid for. Their salaries come from the government, but they are not there to be doxed and have their faces and names put out so that they can be killed by gang members or cartels. Very incredibly irresponsible and dangerous for him to say that.
Absolutely here. And I also want to bring this up, too, because, Kari, I feel like and you know this better than anybody, the media and how they're very complicit in all this here. There was a recent headline put out. DHS went and got a criminal illegal alien out. He's got a big rap sheet, domestic violence, burglary. And then they come out with the headline right there. We see it on the screen. Father deported after traffic stop in Robertson County. This is Tennessee. Family torn apart. They're complicit. You know, mainstream media, big media, still complicit in this, in championing this cause here for these illegal aliens, and which has really become, you know, anti-law enforcement.
Well, I mean, when they called the El Salvadoran criminal
Right.
wife beater the Maryland man, I mean, it's really a joke. And the good thing is the people are waking up to it. I mean, right away when that kind of a headline goes out that is so misleading, they become the laughing stock. You watch it on social media, the people quickly catch on when they realize that they're trying to be gaslit once again by the fake news media. Their numbers have plummeted. At this point, I don't know how they keep the lights on and pay the salaries, because it's so dishonest to the American people. And I'm hoping that the FCC, under incredible leadership in this administration, will start looking closely at these broadcast networks, broadcast stations, and ask, why are we giving them free airwaves to put these lies out that are misleading the public and lying to the public? They owe the people more, and I hope the FCC will take a very sharp look at it and actually act on it so we get some justice.
Local news, Kari, is an absolute disaster, let alone the big network media outlets, the people coming up through. I came up through this industry. There's so many people working in those newsrooms, they don't even think, they just take marching orders. Different topic here. Want to switch to Gavin Newsom, all right? It is his wife's birthday. And here he put out a post, all right? And it said this: happy birthday to the first partner of California. I guess he doesn't want to use the term wife anymore. Just a little exclamation point on our segment here of the lunacy from the left here. The California way, the first partner.
They're not calling him First Lady anymore? Come on. If I were his wife, I would have said, hey, Gavin, lady would have worked a little bit better. You always make people wonder when you use those like gender bender type terms. That's a good one. Very romantic. He's such a romantic guy.
He isn't so romantic. Next time I go on a date with a girl, I'm going to say, hey, would you like to be my partner? I don't go out with liberal girls.
Yeah, word to the wise, you never want to call your wife partner. Just say, honey, love, babe.
Yeah.
Those things work
stuff.
better.
Yeah. Normalcy's gone. I think it's just fled the coop here. We'll see
Sure
what
is.
happens. All right. Kari Lake, it was a pleasure. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.